We're starting to show off correctly. With a big floof. He's not much of a floof. He is, however, purring right now because he's getting attention. I thought he'd be quiet because I just gave him his evening snack. And, well, as you can see, he's visiting because he can't be quiet. Alright. Boop, 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 boop. Nosy, I got your nosy. Thief gets cuddles because he's a thiefy butt. So I was gonna stream at 6, but I needed to get supper first. Alright, where are we? Where are we going? Hello. Alright, we gotta go meet up with Trousty by the base of the Burg beam. So we're gonna go take the Burg beam to the basement, and then we're gonna go find Trousty. Okay, we're gonna get to the Burg beam. Toku! Hello, hello, hello! Alright, I'm trying to think of the best way to get down to the base. Oh, well, the best way to the Burg beam is down. Hi, thief. I love you too. We're just gonna go ride down the stairs. And honestly, no, wait a minute. I'm thinking we need to go up. How you doing tonight? Are you doing okay? I hope you're well. We're gonna go this way. Thief is visiting, as he does. We are level 131. I double-checked my LI from earlier today. I was on the official Locho channel, and we're continuing our adventures from that. We're gonna use this to get to the basement. The problem is, if you're in combat when you use the lift, you're gonna be in combat when you get to the basement. You're just gonna stay in combat, and it's just a pain in the ass. It shouldn't have taken that long to kick that whelp's ass. Yeah, they were running away. Got one of us. Got both of yous. I'm gonna go to the ground floor. Your birthday is tomorrow. Well, you know what? It's actually your birthday in the UK already. It just turned midnight there. So happy birthday, UK time. So I had a fun day this afternoon. Hung out briefly with Sparrow in Writer Space on the Signamu channel before I saved the VOD for later, as I do. And then I watched Court of the Rings with our community manager, Cordovan. Then, because Corey was out, I did my show. Ugh, my nose is full of gunk. Ugh. And then after that, I hopped over to watch DDO stream Fridays at 4. And this is like the second week running. Cordovan has forgotten to change the stream title before he went live. Shame on you, Cordo. Okay, where are you? You're not that far from me. Oh, there you are. I wonder what that was in the distance. And remember earlier when I jumped off yeah. And actually on Fridays at 4, after he did his announcements and stuff, he ran Crystal Cove a couple times, which is the current piratical event going on until the end of this weekend over on DDO. And since I had a character who was at the level that he was running, I hopped on and helped him with that. Okay. I have a kitty, and he keeps wanting attention. He does, which I love my thiefy.
We are here.
Alright, we're gonna do the rescue.
And keep your eyes open for my axe as well.
We're not gonna
We will
find your
find
axe.
and rescue Eskil Bloodthumb, and my lost axe as well.
Okay, I'm gonna take this quest in case we complete it. Hope you're doing okay. So yeah, like last week I was able to join Fridays at 4 in the raid that he was doing, and I died a lot because my character's only on her third life. And I've actually decided I am going to rebrand my DDO stream. Instead of being living that first life to play specifically first life characters, I have other characters I want to play that are on like their second or third lives, third past live or whatever, and I want to play those too. But I can't play them if I keep my show as only first life characters. So I wanna do something about that. About going a little bit Canadian there. And so the pink you see in the distance is a bug in the game, and Standing Stone is gonna fix that. I like just basically nuking things from stealth, just like one hit, and you know they're dead. I've actually been enjoying playing Burglar, not gonna lie, and I wouldn't say I know how to play them very well. So once I get this character to level cap, my next goal is to get my Guardian to cap, and then after that I'll just do the slog for the Lore Master and the Warden in turn. Both of them are 121, the Warden and the Lore Master. It's not that I don't like Lore Master. Lore Master seem kind of fun. The main thing is that I need to sit down and actually figure out how to play them again. It's been so long since I played either one. And I think, yeah. So I'm probably going to play Blue Line Lore Master just because, you know, it does seem to be the easy mode. But, you know, just send your pet out to do all the stuff and you just sit back and, you know, whatever. Unless somebody who plays Lore Master has a better idea how best to Zerg. Because the main thing is I want to get through content so I don't have to take quite as long. I mean, I could just do like missions or whatever, but that's boring to me. And plus the fact that unless you keep up on your gear, missions will be very rough on you. So I'm a little bit squeaky clean. I actually grabbed a shower after hanging out on Fridays at 4. So it's time for a shower. Let's talk to Fastrith. I love Fastrith. She's my favorite. I wish dwarf female characters could have her something similar to her appearance, because I mean, she's got these really cool, this really cool ponytail, well, headband, and rings around her hair, and this beautiful beard.
Might I have a moment of your time?
You certainly may. So, Fastrith is her eyes are kind of bugging out to me. She's like, because of the shine on them, it makes it look like she's like, she really isn't. Okay, enhancement runes. Hello.
Aye, that's the spirit.
Okay, we're going to the past, and I'm gonna get a book item. I'm gonna obviously choose this one, except I'm going to lose vitality. No, I'm gonna gain vitality. I'm gonna lose finesse, and well, honestly, the meaningful locket is a better item than the Book of Intrigue. I mean, the only real gain here is vitality. And it's not even that huge of a gain when I have the essence in there. Oh, you're such a pretty cat. Zephie is such a pretty cat. Let's go! Let's go look for the contract. And so the contract is basically made of lions telling us without telling us that he used to be a lawyer before he worked at Standing Stone or Turbine back in the day. And now we're gonna get in trouble for searching his luggage. I'm just chilling,
I know why you're here.
So you can read the entire contract. And you know what? Just for funsies. Oh, you wanna see? You wanna see? You wanna see? He's right here. He's right here. He's right here. Okay, you know what? Let's have fun. It's been a while since I've actually read through the entire contract. Okay, we'll start with... Oh, Thief, what are you doing? What are you doing? I have to play with the cat first. He's my kitty. Alright, let's do this. Let's read the whole thing. This will be like practice for later this month. Next month. At the end of October, I do an annual reading of the Legend of Sleepy Hollow by Washington Irving. And one of the things you might need to be aware of, I don't know if you're aware of this, but you can't stream a public performance, i.e. a reading, wholesale of a text that is not in the public domain. Or unless you have permission from the author. Like, basically, for example, Corey gets away with reading Tolkien because he's doing it for academic purposes. He's not, like, doing a performance of the text. He's discussing it in an academic setting. But for me, just reading it out loud, like I were a narrator or an audiobook professional, an audiobook narrator, you're not allowed to do that. Not legally. Wait, no, Sleepy Hollow is public domain. That's the thing. Is I read a copy that I got off of Project Gutenberg. But something more recent like Tolkien, which is still under copyright, you can't just read it as... Let's say you didn't like Andy Serkis's or Rob Inglis's versions of the audiobooks, and you wanted to do your own version, you couldn't stream it as performance art. Like, you can't do that on Twitch, for example. Like, you couldn't record yourself reading it and then selling it. But you could do Sleepy Hollow because, Washington Irving's been dead for 200 years. All right. Or I don't know how long he's been dead. Anywho, let's read the quest. Preamble and naming of the parties. Let it be known to all in the Lonely Mountain and its environs, and to every inhabitant of dwarfdom throughout this Middle Earth, that on this, the 3rd day of October, Dan the Second Ironfoot, King under the mountain, did recognize and witness this agreement between two parties come before him. The parties are named as follows, with due identification presented and accepted in the sight of King Dan. Party the first, Stolly the Hewer, noted sculptor and artist of great renown, resident of Tumnu Doom, the dwelling halls, known herein as the Sculptor. Party the second, Eskil Bloodthumb, noteworthy accomplishments asked for by the first party, but none were offered by the second and are therefore omitted. Also a resident of Tumnu Doom, the dwelling halls, known herein as the Apprentice. As a matter of course, the King under the mountain expressed his opinion that the parties enter into this agreement of apprenticeship of their own free wills, and that no undue influences was exercised upon either party. Section the first, Duties of the Apprentice. The duties of the apprentice shall not be limited in any way by the omission of any particular duty in this section, but shall be deemed to include any such reasonable responsibilities that shall be suggested by the sculptor. The meaning of reasonable for this section and for any following section shall be interpreted as the course most likely to be favored by the will of Dayan II, King under the mountain. The duties of the apprentice shall include, but not be limited to, the following responsibilities. 1. Acquisition of materials for the creation of any works of art required by the sculptor, purchased with supplied coin. Any excess coinage is to be returned promptly and without fail. Upon discovery of such a failure, the excess will be tallied and deducted from the apprentice's weekly stipend. See section the second. 2. Thorough weekly cleaning of the workshop space in order to foster creative work on the part of the sculptor. Any spots missed in the cleaning shall be tallied and a percentage deducted from the apprentice's weekly stipend. See section the second. 3. Timely preparation of meals for the sculptor. No earlier than 8 in the morning for breakfast, and no later than 6 o'clock for dinner. Drinks to be made upon request. The sculptor does not like berries of any kind on his plate, but he's partial to honey and any products made from it, such as mead. The appearance of berries anywhere near the sculptor's table will be noted, and a deduction made from the apprentice's weekly stipend. See section the second. 4. Praise to be made for the sculptor's work when appropriate. Private criticism of such work will be noted, and a deduction made from the apprentice's weekly stipend. See section the second. Public criticism will be noted twice and count double. 5. In the event of illness or maiming that causes the apprentice to be unable to carry out his duties, be they daily or weekly in nature, he is to provide a substitute for the day or week in question. If the substitute is found lacking, such deficiency will be noted and a deduction made from the apprentice's weekly stipend. See section the second. Similarly, if the apprentice is deemed to be contagious and refuses to nominate a substitute, that will also be grounds for a deduction from his weekly stipend. Wow. I mean, there's some veggies I can't eat for allergy reasons, but I do try anything else. 6. Greeting guests of the sculptor and assessing who is to be admitted and who is deemed unwelcome. The sculptor's time is valuable and not to be wasted. Special consideration is to be given to those who bring gifts for the sculptor, especially mead. The discovery that mead might have been given as a gift should the guest have been informed beforehand by the apprentice will be met with disappointment, which is worse than anger. Disappointment in this case will take the form of a deduction from the apprentice's weekly stipend. See section the second. Alright. Section the second, duties of the sculptor. The duties of the sculptor shall only include responsibilities here listed. This is their full extent. 1. The sculptor shall provide a weekly stipend of coin to the apprentice, modified as described above in section the first. 2. The sculptor shall provide instruction in the art of sculpting and the preparation of fine artwork as time allows and at the sculptor's inclination, informed by whether the apprentice displays a natural propensity for the subject. This propensity is to be assessed by the sculptor and no other, save the king under the mountain, should the apprentice choose to frivolously spend the king's time in this manner. Oh, damn. Section the third, ending the agreement. This agreement shall be binding for each of the listed parties, apprentice and sculptor alike, and it shall continue in effect until such time as sculptor delivers to Dayan II, king under the mountain, a signed parchment containing the desire of both parties to terminate it. Without such a delivery, this agreement will continue in perpetuity. May it be a fruitful and satisfactory apprenticeship for both parties. Witness on this day, the 3rd of October in the year 3018, with the seals affixed in the hall under the mountain by Dayan II, the second Ironfoot, king under the mountain. Dude, why the fuck did you sign that? Seriously.
It sounds bad, doesn't it?
Yeah, no shit. The only way to get out of the contract is to just deliver a signed paper to King Dayan, but he is dead. What's Fastra's gotta say here?
What do you think?
Could argue that despite the specific references to King Dayan, it was always intended that this part of the agreement should transfer to any king under the mountain that should follow him. Alright. Aha! Oh, nope. She's gonna do it. Okay, will you take Fastrath as your apprentice instead?
Substitute apprentice? I don't know about this.
Oh, I've become quite fond of the lad after all. But now that you mention it, the meals he made were always undercooked, and he never cleaned the corners of my workshop as thoroughly as he should have. Ah! Ha ha ha. Alright, let's go talk to Durin before we get back to Gundabad. Oh man. Askill needed a lawyer before signing this. Yes, he did. Askill shouldn't have signed it.
I thought I saw you here.
Okay, we're gonna walk back together.
Then let us return. The conquest of the mountain home will wait no longer.
Let's do the thing! So it's nice that they teleported you back and forth for this one, because honestly, it would have been a pain in the ass.
The time has come to push deeper into Gundabad.
Okay, we're going to the pit of the stone jaws. Hell yeah. Alrighty. And we can... Have we gone there before? Let me go see. We have, so at least that'll cut some of our travel down. Ba 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 da ba bum. Alright, let's continue on our journey to the northeast. Ah, they're throwing things at me! Don't dismount me from my pony! From my from my goat. No, leave my goat alone. One thing that's really nice about this, though, it's like, I'm gonna go over the edge, is that you can, that is along the entire way. And I do love the stone jaws. It is so beautiful. Hey! Let's get the stable master here.
Our need is dire.
Okay. And we're gonna go turn around and talk to Bozy. Oh, Bozy, where are you? Bozy's further up the list here. Actually, let's see. We should have a couple of kill quests that'll get us next.
Welcome to the pit of Stonejaws, soldier. We have reason to believe that the Hobgoblin seat of power lies within these jagged caverns.
I am Clozo of the Stoutex clan. Auzma has told me much of your skills.
I am Molka of the Zephyr. Others seem quite excited.
So I figure I'm gonna wind up killing all these critters on the way.
What
would-
can be done? My strength is spent. but
Well,
we
if I
must
get them,
prevail.
I get them. If I don't, I don't. I'm not gonna worry about it. Let me out! Let me out! Let me out! Oh well.
Gundabad will be ours
Fusey!
once more.
Fusey gem cutter, and then Footy gem cutter. Dad, hi, your dad.
Have you a moment?
Okay. Oh yeah, the crystals one. I'd like the crystals one. So we're gonna take these quests. Will get us some XP while we're here. We'll also do the. That'll definitely get us some XP for sure. These. Foul meat. It's been a foul day, it has. Okay, the stone bats don't count for anything. Oh, there's a giant stone bat. We have found Bozy, hooray! Alright,
Welcome, my friend. Are you here to lend us your aid?
now we need to go find Bori. And defeat creatures, so now I can go defeat this giant stone bat. And have it count for something. Hell yeah. And these little itty bitty bats should also count. Yes, they do now. They count for something. One of the things is I just love how natural of a cave this looks like, right? It's something Scenario had talked about closer to when this originally came out, is like, yeah, it's like they did some study, they did some homework. And that's also something he said with reference to the upcoming areas that are coming in for Umbar. Is they went and studied screenshots and, you know, photos of what it looks like in, like, North Africa and in the Mediterranean, just to get the feel for what these places should look like. And I'm like, oh my god. And it feels like we're going to get an actual desert. A desert landscape. Because, I mean, they put a desert mouse creature into the game. Oh, Jesus. Somebody just logged in and like, wait a minute, who... How is that person even... So, I'm guessing it's his missus. Benjamir's player, his missus, is setting up the final, Sons of, what was it? Benjamir was the kin leader for Sons of Numenor, and unfortunately he passed away. And I think I just saw his character log in. I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm like, oh wait, no, it's probably his missus. Why am I hopping on my? Let's see here. It's always sad when you see somebody's name crop up and there's somebody who, you know, used to love the game, they used to play it a lot, and they're no longer with us to play the game any longer. It's always very sad. Like, there's all this exposed crystal. Why am I running all over creation for this shit? You little jerk. Alright, so I don't need to defeat any more creatures. Where am I in the reward track? 20... Oh, I'm working on 23 now. Nice, I'm almost done with 23. Ow! My knee just popped! That's not good! Okay, I don't need to kick you. Oh, yes, I do, because I need to kick you for foul meat. It's been a foul day! And this obviously is a place where you put foul meat, right? Just for a deed. Alright, let's keep going. I didn't need to kill it, but I needed to get it out of the way so I could get the crystal. Hello, there's a green crystal over there. Okay, we did that one, we did this one. I think being a burglar is gonna really help go through these areas without having to kill everything on the way up and the way back down. I think there it is. Do I need you guys for anything? No, just the deed. So what did everybody have for supper tonight? I had barbecue pork. I actually didn't finish my supper. There was more of it than I was expecting. So I have some leftovers. Probably if I get hungry like super late, I'll probably snack on it. 2 for 1 day at the Circle K. Hit you with a stun. Hit you with a stun. Why am I getting messages in Slack? Hang on. Un momento, por favor. Go away, Slack. Ooh, wow, my Slack is bright blue. Alright. Who is talking to me in Slack? I do not like this. Was that a message to me? Oh. That's no bueno. Oh, it's a text message from Corey. Oh dear. Oh dear. Hang on. Ugh, serious important stuff. Actually, important stuff. Hang on, this is like seriously important stuff. Huh. Sorry, important Signum business. We had to handle. Anywho, I am so sorry. In the meantime, I'm gonna go kill this toad. Because it's in my way. But this all crash is more what I need. Probably should have gone into stealth to take it out. Okay, the snappers don't matter. I'm not worried about the Slayer deed, for sure. I am more concerned with... I need all crashes. And I'm also gonna go to stealth. Whoop! Alrighty. I need 2 more foul meat. I need meat! That's what she said. Okay, so that's heading back down. So I should get some all crashes respawned on this away, and then I can turn that quest in. Well, there's another player. There's a Froggo, but I don't need Froggos. I need all crashes. I just need 2 of them. Please don't have killed them all, other player. Oh, damn it, there's a frog. A toad. Because Toad and Frog are friends. Oh man, I think they did actually clean house on the way up. That's unfortunate. Yeah, everything's respawning as toads. Jesus Christmas. Oh, here's an old crash. Ook crash. I'm saying all crash. Like all crash. Oh, there's another one over there. Okay, I got all. Well, so I can turn in those two quests anyhow. Oh, now I need to do the biggie. Alright, let's go get the biggie. I'm gonna actually kill the stone bat first. Oh, they're gonna give me enough time? The stealth? That's pretty cool. Man, look how cool these look. Just think that somebody on the DDO or the Lotro team made that. That's so cool. Oh man, he almost yeeted me. He got stunned. And we got the chitin off of it. Get most of my things off there. Hang on. Gotta talk to the boss. what's going on in my chat? Hey, Big Ed Mustafa, how you doing? I'm sorry, we're having a somewhat serious emergency going on with Signum University this evening, in that our erstwhile Tolkien professor, who was supposed to be on his way to the Pacific Northwest for Cascade Moot for tomorrow, is still stuck in Boston. It's going pretty well. We're just loving a Burg here. My cat would love to say hello, apparently.
Gundabad will be ours once more.
Hi, kitty cat. Come say hi to Big Ed. Oh, look at this butthead. Look at this butthead. Look at this big old black butthead. Just getting a little XP, doing the epic story.
Have you a moment?
No, pardon me. Alright, need to talk to Aosma. Do-do-do-do-do-do.
My apprentices are an interesting assortment, to be sure.
Shakazat.
Hail, friend.
Hey, defeating hobgoblins. I'm a pro at that. I survived the War of Three Peaks. Come here, you. I know. This is the first time we've actually had an issue with him getting there. So hopefully he can get there. And, well, he was supposed to be there and have a hotel for the night, so I don't know how that's going to work out. Depending on... And the thing is, author John Scalzi is supposed to go on, like, book tour, or is on book tour. And, like, he got the travel BS going on yesterday. And decided to spend all day today just goofing off, because it's like, you know what, I'm at the hotel. I'm just gonna order room service and say to hell with this day. Oh, he's getting shin tickles. Yes, he is. He's getting shin tickles. He's not happy about them, but he's getting shin tickles. Yeah, we're not happy. Oh, let go. So what's up in the life of Big Ed Mustafa? How's Mrs. Mustafa? I hope she's doing well. One of the downsides of being a burglar, and you get used to having sacrifice on your war steed, and then when you're in Gundabad, you can't use it. So you can't just like ride your war steed around and stealth everywhere. You have to either stealth on foot, or stealth, or just ride your regular horse up there or whatever. I am going to. I'm gonna stealth my way there because I just don't want to have to fight every damn thing on the way. So, and I also have to keep checking Slack because we have to get stuff done. Yes, Corey, I saw your message last time. Phone, stop showing me Corey's messages. Alright. So we're thinking of contingency plans, how we're gonna make this happen if Corey can't get there for the moot tomorrow. And we're not yet announcing it to people that it's a thing. Man, why, oh why did you have to change what you look like? I do not like this. I like having all of my Slack servers in one place. Have to do a little bit of work here. I have a kitty snoozing on me now. I can't move. Somebody just did something on my Discord! In my Twitch channel, I'm sorry. I do have a Discord. Exclamation point Discord will help you find my Discord. We do talk about some stuff there. There is a channel that everybody must use only if they type in all caps. And we do talk politics in there, and my politics are of a liberal bent, so if those are not your politics, and you're respectful, I'm generally okay. If you're gonna be a jerk, I'm gonna eat you from my Discord, because I'm a curmudgeon. I'm totally a curmudgeon. Okay. Alrighty. No. Don't you sniff at my finger. He's sniffing at my finger. Anywho. Servon, hello! How you doing? Thank you for following Cosmo Noise. Sorry. Mrs. Mustafa's eating ice cream. I might get some ice cream later tonight, or I might eat the last Swiss roll that I have in the house. I got Swiss roll and zebra cakes. I got a couple of those a couple weeks ago. Anyhow, I apologize. We're having a more than mild emergency in Signum University because of a problem that is threatening our event tomorrow, but we're gonna get it done. Find Shakajat. Why is it pointing backwards? Why are you pointing? Oh, do I have to go talk to Ausma? Because I love Ausma. Ausma's fun. See, now you're pointing for... Stop confusing me, you silly ass game. Alright, I'm an illuminator. How you doing? What are you up to this happy fun Friday? I am... Oh... My friend Devilor just went live. Well, that's fine. I'll go watch him in a couple hours. Generally, when Devilor streams on Friday nights, he's streaming with his friends in something called Bruv Night. Like brothers, bruvs. No. Because I think it started out with one of the folks involved was English. And, you know, a bit of, and so you talk about bruvs, you know. Anyhow, we're going to go up here. Sneaky, sneaky. And we're going to go... Oh, I did not get this. There we go. We're killing hobgoblins. We're looking at their crotches. Apparently, I don't know. All right. So we're basically taking care of some business. Alrighty. So my goal, my plan here is I am working on getting one character of every class to level cap. And I don't do it the same way that other people do it. Because I know there are quicker ways to level. Way quicker ways to level. I just do not enjoy running the same ass content over and over and over again. Unless it's story. I don't like running instances over and over. Oh man, I thought I'd gotten out of range, but that's okay. I'll just kick his ass. So I had a great day. Today was a great Standing Stone Games related day. I got to play Crystal Cove with Cordovan on his Fridays at 4. I think he knew that was me. I'm not sure. He was on one of the servers that had a max level character, and I was able to help out when he was running Crystal Cove. So it was a lot of fun. I do want to run Crystal Cove on my own character on my regular server, because he was on like Wayfinder, and like that's the smallest DDO server. So that's what we're doing. And also, I got to run Bilbo's birthday. I took a level... Hey, chat. I took a level 31, then 32 Stout Axe Captain through the Misty Mountains, through the Vales of Anduin, through Mirkwood, saw the thoughts of Bilbo, ran up to Lake Town, ran back down to Logland, then ran to Felagoth, and then ported back to Rivendell. So, I completed the Bilbo's birthday epilogue on a level 32 character. Now, that is not the lowest level character I've completed it on. And we also found out for sure that if you teleport... if you go to the Erebor housing and step outside, you will not get teleported out of the rest of Erebor. We do know that you can summon a low-level character. Why am I on my thing? I need to go here. Where are we going? Chapter on... Well, he's over there. I'm going to ignore that. The Claw's Obstruction, Slaying the Slicer. That's way over there. Just a warm-up. I kind of want to do Slaying the Slicer just for grins. I think I need to go back down to talk to Ausma to finish the one thing. Yeah, because that one's... She's glowing down there. Let me see if I can do this fellowship quest, because I want to see if I can. We're going to stealth our way there, because that's one of the easiest ways. We'll need to go up here and up and around. That's fine. Though killing all these hobgoblins would get me a lot of XP. It's a happy Friday. I also got to play some DDO last night. That was a lot of fun. Why is it people on DDO stream keep forgetting to change the damn titles of their shows? Seriously, people. What's wrong with you? Hell, even Cordovan has done it for the past 2 weeks running. I had to change the channel title for him. For his show. Hang on. I'm going to have to fix it for the Friday night show real quick. Oh, yeah. Hang on. Finish on TV. That's moderator. DDO stream. Did you change? Yep, Brock did change it. So Brock and friends. That's fine. Whoopsie doodle. Alright. Let's go this way. We're gonna go sneaking! We're sneaking! So, apparently I got the new Slack on my desktop and I already hate it. Because it's like, no, I want my servers over here. Then I want to click on the server that I want to use. And then we'll be fine. But no! It wants to put my servers in a different place. And I don't like it! On the other hand, I do kind of like the fact that the theme is this really bright, deep blue color, which I really, really like. Alright. How many of these am I going to get spotted by? I'm gonna sneak up behind the sentry. I wonder if that's part of why this this particular quest is things you have to fight your way through all these dudes. Because there's a lot of hobgoblins up here, I'm not gonna lie. If they see me, I'm gonna die. Because this is not like me running on a champion where there's like, you know, shing shing and they all fall down, right? Especially since I'm under their level, they're high, above my level. Okay, so this looks like the way to go. Sneak behind you. Go up this way, go around you. Why is this thing glowing? Yellow crystal. Piss yellow crystal. I don't know what it does. Come on, let me up, let me up. There we go. Anything here? Nope, we good. Hey, it's a new deed. I do kind of want to complete that deed, don't I? Bluebell the Colorful. Oh man, that's a great title too. A red, orange, Roy G. Biv, R-O-Y-G-B-I-V. Roy G. Biv. And then you have the... yeah, it's Roy G. Biv. It's totally Roy G. Biv. And now I want to sing the They Might Be Giants song, Roy G. Biv. Okay, before I get ahead of myself, let's get back to what I'm doing here. Meow. Meow. Now these guys also will count for that other quest I need to do, so I'll murder them on the way out. I'm a little bit surprised that you're not aggressive. Oh, this is a ways down here. Oh, sure, that's where your path is. Well, I'm not gonna have to risk it. Excuse me, pardon me, coming through? I don't think I've ever actually been in here before. But hey, look, I found the rare blue crystal while I was here. That's useful. It's not as deep a blue as I would prefer, but, you know, it's still pretty decent. Not quite an even dim blue. Okay, there you are. Oh. 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 Welp! Let's go! Okay, let's let you get out of range of the other one, and then we're gonna... I do like the model, though. My gosh, the definition on that. Okay. Here we go. Let's go! I've got a healing pot. Though I might still need some help here. Oh, no! I almost had him. Okay, okay. Alright, we're gonna do this proper like. I do have my revive for free, which I'm going to use. And I'm going to have me some cram. I'm gonna take a look at some other things I can do to him. I really need to have hit that as well. That would actually be very helpful as well. I don't want to use that. I don't want to use improved hips. I don't want to return to the Shire accidental like. Let's put this up out of the way. Hope token. Yes, do I have a... I have a better hope token actually, don't I? I do. Hope token! Alright, let's get back into stealth. Let's get the cat off of my lap because he's in the way. Okay, now we are going to move hips and we are going to do this. Oh man, I don't want him to be over here though. I don't want to be over there. See, that's what you get for screwing around on my desk, cat. You fall off. Don't you howl? You did it to yourself. He's like, I am far. Okay. Okay. I think where I was is probably going to be the best spot to attack him because there's like nothing around for a ways. So I just have to wait till he passes back over here. Fifi, why are you howling? I do want to get that, actually. Stealth provoke. I already have that. Okay, so what I really want to do is hit him with this and then go from there. Okay, let's go. I want to hit that as well. Follow me. Get out of the way. Don't aggro the other dude. Oh, he's gonna get me again. Okay. Alright. We can do this. I'm sure I can do this. It's just the question of getting a little bit more DPS going on here. Except I cannot revive unless I spend... Alright. I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm here to level. But I would have gotten some nice XP out of that. Alright. We're all the freaking way back down. That sounds like it's a good idea, just to get back to what I was doing. Alright, let's do the thing. Let's go find Bori. Bori's up this way. Let's get back to what we were doing. No time for games. Alright. I'm sure a real proper Burg could have done something about that, but I'm not too fussed about it. Okay, we don't need to kill any of you dudes. No, we need to actually go back to... I'm getting myself turned around. I was like, wait a minute, where am I? I'm over here. So I'll probably be streaming until about 10 o'clock because I started around 7. And then I'm going to hop off and go do some other shenanigans. Shenanigans. Meow. Meow. What are you doing, Fifi Kitty? Meow. Thief, what are you doing? Well, I still need to kill 10 of these dudes, or 12 of them for this quest, so I might as well get back here. Gotcha. Now you're next. Doesn't it feel like to you like they should have had like some horns coming out of their heads? They look like they had horns that were cut off. You know, like certain cows and steers have done to them on farms. Ooh. Hi. And to be fair, that was an elite mob I was fighting, and it was a 3-person fellowship quest, so I don't feel sad about my performance in it. I actually feel kind of proud that I almost got him down, so that was pretty cool. Alright, let's keep finding Bori. Hi, Bori. Excuse me, I'm gonna go kill this Deep Claw while you're hanging out. And then I'm gonna kill the Stone Claw because this cave claw is also one of the ones I need to murderize. And then I'll get this one as well. And one of the sad things for me in Gundabad is that I can't just like wander around this. Like I would want to be like on a stealth character the whole time and just like, you know, just be zoomed in like this and have the UI turned off and just go wander around and just look at everything because it's so pretty. It really is. And, you know, just the actual design of the area is really good.
Hail, friend. Are you here to study the tombs and the houses of rest?
No. But I guess I will because you asked me to. Alright, let's go. Let's keep sneaking our way through Gundabad. Sneaky, sneaky, sneaky. But I will say, playing this character will be a lot easier for me to get through the pathway up to the Hidden Horde. I don't expect I'll actually be raiding on this character. But I do have a few agility Hidden Horde pieces still floating around. One thing Lojo players would probably be super salty at if Standing Stone tried to make this happen is over in DDO, raid loot is bound to character. It's not bound to account like a lot of raid loot is in Lotro. Like, for example, I've got Hidden Horde pieces, and it's basically, that's one of the things you do, is you farm raid pieces for your alts if you already got stuff for your main. That's just the way it is. That's the way how this shit works. And DDO doesn't play that. Your raid loot is bound to your character. I mean, there's some like a green, like a regular green item will still be, you know, bind, you know, just be unlocked, you know, just unlocked in general. But any of the actual proper, like, you know, tier sets and whatnot, those are all bound to character. So, for example, my main character in DDO has, she looted a crossbow. She's looted short swords. She's looted long swords. Meow. Meow. And I've never actually looted anything in a raid that my character could actually use. I've never done that. And what happens a lot in those situations is that the players will say, well, I can't use this, or I don't plan on using this item Does anybody want it? And then you just let people roll for it. But one of the differences between Locho and DDO, hey, I completed it, is that over in DDO you reincarnate your characters. Is the free-to-play experience good, or is it better to buy VIP and premium off rip? Oh, hi, kitty. Sorry, my cat is using claws on pieces of my body parts. Okay. The free-to-play experience is good in a general sense. VIP is definitely worth it in Lotro because it's going to do some permanent unlocks that will be useful for you if you decide not to continue VIP. Like, it'll unlock certain bits of content that are currently locked. It'll unlock the ability to have permanent Swift Stable Masters. Like, if you discover certain Stable Masters while you're VIP, you don't lose access to the Swift version of the travel. But you get 500 Lotro points a month to use in the store as you choose. And people just kind of sometimes just save that up and just buy expansions for it. There are folks, like our good friend Big Ed Mustafa, who was here in chat earlier, who have never spent a single dime on the game. They basically are willing to take the time to grind out whatever they need, because you can grind Lotro points in game pretty easily, especially if you're used to doing certain things to get it. And they just buy everything with points. So about the only thing they can't get by doing that is expansions that are sold for real money on the website will have in-game goodies that you can get with them that are generally not available afterwards, or once the expansion becomes available for points in the store, like 6 months later.
The houses of rest? Many other great stories that have come down.
I can't see anything from here because I'm short.
Perhaps it is just a legend after all.
Alright, we're going over here. The presence of the orcs, unmistakable. I would honestly say if you don't enjoy the game on the free-to-play experience because of the content or the gameplay, then being VIP isn't really going to make you change that opinion. I mean, if you're just irritated about, the fact that, certain stuff is locked behind VIP, that's a different thing entirely. Alright. Alright, let's go in. This is actually... One of the things is my first love in terms of Lord of the Rings are elves because of Master Elrond. Hobbits are second. Men and dwarves are basically whatever. The dwarves were not written to be very friendly in the OG. They were, in fact, dwarves were actually actively evil in the earliest drafts of the Silmarillion. But as time progressed, so in Lotro, as dwarves, whatever, they're okay, I guess. And Race of Men is like, well, they're there, right? But elves were my number one. Hobbits were my number two in terms of favorites.
Orcs or goblins have looted this room. It is a pity.
Yeah. But the story in Gundabad made me give a shit about the dwarves. But I actually cared about them. I liked the story. I thought it was a really good story. Mainly because I think maybe one of the reasons why I love the story so much is because it delves so much into history in general. I'm a sucker for anything involving history, which is why I actually kind of love the High Elf intro, even if it wasn't elves involved, I would be interested in it because I like reading chronologies. I've written a couple of chronologies in my day. I'm actually somewhat embarrassed to note that I am the official keeper of the chronology for a Piers Anthony series. And Piers Anthony is not an author that I necessarily like anymore. You guys, Piers Anthony? Alright, let's go find Bozy. Bozy is way the hell back down there. So, we're gonna either have to ride real fast. Look at this cat. Look at this cat. Oh. Wait, no. Bozy's there in the middle. Bozy is there in the middle, blinky blinky. Okay. So I'm gonna actually turn that off because I'm not gonna finish that quest. I think we'll just run down. We'll just run. No, it's not as fast as riding, but it's also less dangerous than riding. We can just run and get where we need to go. What you being a silly cat? My cat is rubbing his chin and his whiskers up against the shock mount of my microphone. So if you're hearing weird noises coming from my microphone, blame Thief Kitty. Oh my gosh, my nose itches. Okay, wait a minute. We're going to Shakaja, aren't we? Yes. So we can go around this corner and cut up this way. Yeah, that's the way I normally go. Go down here. He's purring. Would you stop that, cat? Seriously. He's my kitty. You always liked Hobbs Smeagol, but as you got older, Gandalf, Sauron, and then Maya became your favorite race. Yeah, I would say Gandalf is also a favorite. Gandalf and Elrond were my two favorites in Lord of the Rings. I mean, I liked Legolas because he was a young elf. I'm old enough to remember Legolas before Orlando Bloom. And I liked him at, Orlando Bloom's playing of the role, but I didn't really, Legolas was an elf. He's okay. He was the elf in Lord of the Rings, but Elrond was my homie. Elrond was my OG homie. And so when I started playing Lotro the day the game opened, actually 3 days before, because open beta gave you 3 days early access, my first character is an elf. Was an elf, is always going to be an elf, and I still have her. She's on this server. I'm on the Langerball server. Ooh, Thiefy's getting his tummy tickled. And this is where I started loving the dwarf story. Right here. Because I love Browen. I mean, well, I didn't love Browen. Browen actually pissed me off during Moria. He's being such a...
Dear friend, and keep quiet. We must do something about this city. Shakajat, it is called.
If you need a distraction, I am your dwarf.
He can make it noise enough the defenders of Shakajat will think 5 armies approach and all of them dwarves. Alright. Emak is happy.
I suppose I can cause a distraction, if I must.
But, okay, this isn't the part where this is really fun. It's when we continue this quest that it becomes really fun. Rowan has basically been a sad
Very well.
sack since...
You and Emak will fashion a
Moria.
suitable distraction.
Alright, let's go! I've always wondered why am I hearing... The stone is clearly dry, but yet I'm hearing footprints as if I was running through water. Alright, let's get to the horn and, let's blow the horn, shall they say. That's what Nona did at least once, I imagine. It's my own channel. I can be a little bit salacious if I choose. I do wonder if they'll ever continue the Horn and Nona story, because Horn, in one version of the story, is dead. Does Lord of the Rings Lotro take place before or after, during Lord of the Rings? You assume after or during, because Frodo was in the game from what I saw. Basically, Lotro takes place both, before and after. So the current content, the new expansion that is coming out, talks about what happens now that Aragorn's on the throne. He's married to Arwen. We get to actually see the wedding. We're invited to the wedding because we're friends. So you start out in the beginning of the game. Depending on what race you choose, you start out in different places. So if you're a dwarf, and you've never played through the intro before, you'll go through a brief sequence. This is actually really clever. If you don't skip the tutorial, like the press W to move forward tutorial sort of deal, you'll actually get to meet, actually in all of the tutorials, like the original 4 races, elf, man, dwarf, and hobbit. If you don't skip that initial tutorial, you'll actually get to meet these characters from history. So as an elf, you start out in Eladlan, basically close to the Grey Havens, sort of, close to the Shire, and you are the student of some made-up elf who is, and then you meet Elrond as part of that intro. If you start a dwarf, you're actually there when Thorin and company leave Thorin's Gate to go to Hobbiton, to go find a burglar. And Gandalf is there. So you actually get to see Thorin and company take off and head to the Shire. If you're a hobbit, you actually come across Sam and Frodo as they're heading through the Green Hills country. And if you're a race of man, you get to meet Aragorn and one of his other rangers and get to help a couple of hobbits that are in trouble. And you actually get to run into one of the Nazgul. What? And then after you're through the intro, then you're into the regular story. And then as a brand new person running through Middle-earth, you eventually meet these people or re-meet them. And you become friends with the book characters, like, Elrond will eventually, come to regard you as a skillful warrior and, somebody who's dependable, a champion. You'll know Frodo. You'll become friends with Frodo and Aragorn. They'll basically, you won't necessarily become friends with Boromir, but you'll interact with the book characters where appropriate. And that's really one of the clever things about this game, is there are bits in the book that our characters will not be there for, because in the lore it says only so-and-so was there, right? So we can't be at the breaking of the fellowship, but we can experience it as players through something the game has called session play. And what session play allows you to do is you take on the role of another character. Sometimes it's a book character. Most of the times it's somebody who happened to actually be there when something happens. And we can experience things like, thank you for the follow. You can experience things like the breaking of the fellowship. There's 2 versions of it. There's one where you're playing the role of Frodo, and then Boromir attacks you. And then there's the other version where you're Boromir at the time he gets shot by the orcs. And your job there is you're protecting Pippin and Merry. And you're blowing the horn of Gondor. You actually, when we come to the end of the ring in the books, we go through a session play as Gollum, which actually, I interviewed the developers several months before that expansion launched, the Mordor expansion in 2017, and I guessed that they were going to do a Gollum session play. So we got to be Gollum, we got to sneak up on Sam, hit him with a rock, and then chase after Frodo and, bite the ring off his hand. And then we get the dance as Gollum, and then Gollum falls in the river. And there's other things that we get to go visit the Field of Cormallen afterwards. And basically Frodo tells you the truth of what actually happened on Mount Doom, and that's where you get to be Gollum and run through the session play. So it's a lot of... so it starts off before the events, but you get to play through, parallel to a lot of the events. Or what happens is the game will tell you side stories, or you get to be present during some of these things. Horrendous for 4 damn years. Your subscription is in preschool or pre-K. So, for example, the story will lead you, in your own story, that you happen to be in the Hall of Mediceld when Gandalf is there. Kevin! 52 months with the resub. Thank you, Kevin. Kevin, of course, is Thief Kitty's biggest fan. Except, I think Kevin and Kill Him Quicker might have to... That's a tie. There's 2 crowns for that. And it's a lot of fun. So... Lotro allows you to experience the story of Lord of the Rings. You're not gonna be Frodo, but for the most part, you can get to hang out with Frodo. He's gonna consider you a friend and somewhat of a confidant. He's gonna tell you his deepest secret, which is that, you know, he couldn't actually chuck the ring into the fire. He couldn't figure that out. Okay, so now we need to go meet up with Bro, and we're gonna go back into stealth because I'm a burglar and I can do that. And it's such a rich story. Oh my god, yes. Okay, so, the Cornelius. There is a whole ass university professor who teaches a close reading of the books while he's logged into Lotro. His name is Professor Corey Olson, the Tolkien professor, and full disclosure, he is one of my bosses. I actually work for his university. In fact, that's one of the things I was doing when you first turned up. I was handling some university business for him, and he was texting me. And this is the same professor who, by the way, Browen, where are you? Browen? Oh, you're over here. He's been teaching this close reading of the books since 2017. And has gotten trolled about it by Stephen freaking Colbert on stage at Hall H at San Diego Comic-Con last year. And, like, the people who make the Rings of Power show, they know who he is. And they're like, hey, Corey, we know you're here. Because Corey was actually there last year. So, he's also, you know, the title aside, the Tolkien professor, is a bit pretentious. He's like the sweetest guy on the planet. Very awesome dude. Obviously well knowledgeable, and he teaches on twitch.tv/Signamu, but right now we're having travel woes because he's supposed to be going to the Pacific Northwest because we're doing an academic conference there tomorrow. Yes, we can thank Corey for those emotes. I don't think he necessarily got... I don't think he's the reason there's a lecture emote, but he is definitely 1000% the reason there's a Scholars Hall, right, / a Lore Hall in Bree. The developers actually made a separate space for him to teach in because he kept lagging Bree out with the number of people who show up to his class. That was back in the day. We don't have quite that many people showing up to class, but we do have a ton of people showing up to our Discord and hanging out and stuff. Okay. Important business. Alright. University business going on. I'm getting DMs here too. I don't want to... Oh, what am I getting? Oh, I know I'm getting hearts from Sparrow. So I may have said something in Slack just a little bit ago because I was cranky. I actually mentioned that I'm the Signum curmudgeon. So Signum is the name of the university, Signum University. And why? Why is this doing this to me? Slack, I hate your new interface. Where did I say something in somewhere? Alrighty. Anyhow. So, as you can tell, I'm kind of excited about working for Signum. I love it. So much fun. They actually pay me to run their Discord and their Twitch channel. Yeah, come here. Come here. I'll fight you. Okay. Other doors, including a dwarf. This is the part where I love the dwarf story because it has a little romance in it. I love Browen finally realizing, you know, there's life worth living. So let's listen to Browen's poetic description of his soon-to-be lady love. Other dwarves have arrived, including a dwarf woman of no small ferocity. I watched her engage in combat with a hobgoblin, and as I beheld her prowess, my own fears evaporated. Will you make sure she fares well enough in the courtyard ahead? You assure Browen that you will find her, but if she's as fierce as he says, you are certain she'll be fine. Aye, she was most striking, and struck her foes with abandon, too. Impress her by slaying the hobgoblins, our shared foes, and making the pit of Stonejaw safer for all of us. Oh, so we have to kill these dudes and go find this lady that he's so taken with. I just love this. He's just so adorable! Like, Browen, who is, like, basically, Browen had been very, very sad and depressed for very good reason, right? It was very interesting to see this, this long-term tale of how Browen lost so many things in Moria, including and including his father in the fall of the Iron Garrison. Spoilers for those who haven't played through Moria, the Iron Garrison fails. And to see him finally snap out of that slump and find a reason to do more than just simply exist. And I don't think he was this. He might have been. I'm not a medical professional to say what exact issues he was having, but he was definitely showing a bit of what I would term to be PTSD from his experiences. You know, he's also very serious, you know, severely depressed because of the loss of his father. And he lost his courage. And then he found something worth living for. You know, I'm just going to go and get this impaler without going into stealth because I don't want to wait. So, you can see how much a burglar's abilities come from being in stealth, honestly. It's like, I do so much damage just being in stealth and hitting him from behind. Hitting him in the jump. Just, I mean, this is like a signature, and I took over, you know, 2/3 of his health in one blow, where he could do anything. Oops, and I missed, but that's okay. I wanted to kill this guy anyway. Get back here. So one of the cool things about the Mariner class that's coming up is that you actually have positional damage based on facing your enemy. That you can't sneak up from them, like, you have to face them honorably. So I guess this is dishonorable. All I know is they make a very nice squish when they go down. Alright. Okay, now I just need to talk to Fastreth. Alrighty. Hola, Fastreth! ¿Cómo está?
Hearty greetings to you.
And I love her voice acting. Oh, she's got an admirer. Well, now, I trust that he's a note walker hobgoblin, a fine dwarf, you say? Yeah, well, I would definitely talk up Browen, yeah. Alright, let's get back outside where all the boys are hanging out. It's definitely a lot easier playing this as a Burg, because I'm just sneaking through everything that I don't need to I mean, I could fight all these dudes, and I probably would level more quickly, but it would also take longer to get where I'm going. So, I do appreciate the ability to not have to be tied up with fighting everything along my path. Is the River Hobbit worth the buy? I think it is. Because you get a different starting area. You get access to more classes than the regular Hobbit does. They can be mariners. Regular Hobbits can't. They can also have... what are the other classes they can have that? They can be captains, which regular Hobbits can't be. Which I know there's a lot of OG Hobbit players are pissed about that. Oh, Descriptum. You can get banned. I hate compromised accounts or bots of that nature. Anywho. Now I need to go find the schedule for tomorrow for the moot, because we're doing a little bit of changing of who's running our regional moots, and so therefore the procedures are different. But I think there's definitely one procedure I want to have reinstated with the new... Oh my god, that's bright. 8 to 9 start time tomorrow. Holy Christmas, that's very bright. Thank you for the follow, Kurthek. Appreciate you. Alright. Hang on. University business going on here. It'll be a busy day. So we're starting at 9 a.m. tomorrow, so that's noon my time. So I don't have to be up until like 10:30, 11, which is perfect. But that also means, unfortunately, the thing will probably end sometime around 5 p.m. Pacific, which means it'll be about 8 o'clock, which is why I'm not streaming tomorrow night, which is why I'm streaming tonight instead. Anyhow, back to the ranch. Alright, Fastrith is like my favorite character in this expansion.
Made it back outside, as did these others.
Why did you go? And whether she needs my help. Escaping the contract with Stolly, as did her brother, she laughs. No! My master Stolly did not send me here. His instructions were simple. Find me the Zabati bean, he said. I reckon they'd be more likely found in dangerous places than peaceful ones. Alright. So, she was super happy to go carve some orc skulls. I like her. So, basically, all four, there are 4 premier female dwarves in the Lotro story. None of them are... Only one is actually from the books, and that's Dis, who literally has no involvement in the books other than she's listed in the family tree. And that's Thorin's sister. And she is very elderly in the time of our game. And I love her because she sasses Gandalf and he fucking takes it. He does not disrespect Dis. And she just opens fire on him a couple times and it's just golden. And then we also meet Mother Amma. She's not as fiery a personality, but she is pretty awesome. And then we also have the granddaughter of Hermoth. Oh god, what is her name? Is this Fastreth, actually? No. There's somebody else. But every clearly female dwarf character they've had in this game, they've all been so good. So Standing Stone obviously clearly loves dwarf women. Now I just wish that my dwarf ladies could look like the dwarf ladies in that they have made. Though Mother Amma looks just like a dude dwarf. Like, that's the lore. That a female dwarves going abroad didn't look any different from the males. So it makes me wonder that maybe they were making these really cool prosthetic beards. If they didn't really have a long flowing beard of their own. Anyhow. Okay. So basically, Faustris is not fussed about not learning about sculpting. She's happy to just go cleave some orc heads while she's, So do I host the classes only in game, or is the in-game portion for the field trips and whatnot? You looked, okay, gotcha. So the way that class is run, that's called Exploring Lord of the Rings. What he does is he logs in to a character, his lore master, and he stands in the lore hall. Some people will sit around in the classroom, because it's a classroom, right? A lecture hall. And we're all in Discord listening to him talk, and he'll have the game up in the background while he has, like he's going to have his image, like, here, like I have my image here, and then he's, like, the main portion of his screen will be the slide of whatever text he's discussing. And sometimes he'll show slides of, like, our upcoming events, like the moots, or a schedule, or something like that, or, infographics kind of dealios. But mostly it's just slides of what he's actually teaching. And then once he's done with the day's lecture, if he actually manages to get through one slide, rarely two anymore. We used to go so fast 5 years ago. Going on 6. It'll be 6 years. Will it? 4, 3. No, it'll be 7. Oh my god. It'll be starting our 7th year. Oh my god, we've been doing this for so long. And then we'll go on an in-game field trip. So he'll cut the slides, he'll be focusing on the game, and we'll go look around at the architecture. Now, what he does is he doesn't discuss any of the quests. He's literally looking around as he would be talking about this statue. It's like, okay, what was the statue? What was the rest of the statue? What design? What era did it come from? He'd be talking about all these, the decorations around here, and, what can you determine just by looking at things? Again, without knowing the story, without knowing the exact quest lines, what's going on. And I have to say, he's actually been pretty gosh darn accurate with some of the stuff he's been talking about. He also does other Tolkien classes. There's one that we do called Mythgard Academy on Wednesdays. That every other book is a Tolkien or Tolkien-related book. Like, we've been doing the History of Middle-earth series. The ones that were published by Christopher Tolkien, his son. Or edited and published by his son. We're doing something else right now. We just started a C.S. Lewis book this Wednesday. But on Thursdays, one of the other things we do, this has been going on even longer than Exploring Lord of the Rings. It's called Silmfilm, aka the Silmarillion Film Project, which is a hypothetical television production of the Silmarillion. And they've been projecting it for they just started their talking about how they would do the 7th season. And the infographic they had up last night had 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, into the 12th season of just telling the story of the Silmarillion as if it were a TV show. They'd be talking about casting, who they'd want to cast as various roles. They would talk about, they have a composer who'd be doing the music for it. A dude called Philip Menzies, who's down in Australia, I think, or New Zealand. He's down in the Antipodes somewhere. And that's been going on for 7 or 8, 10 years, something like that. It's insane. Yeah, it's just a hypothetical thing. We're just doing it for funsies, but it well predates Rings of Power. And there's another one you may be interested in, called Other Minds and Hands. That one also just started up, but that was a series that started up when Rings of Power first came out, and it's a series about adaptation. And the adaptation of not is this right or wrong, like, oh my god, the character assassination of Faramir in the Jackson movies, but what choices did Jackson make that would cause this to happen? Or what was the choice that led to, something in the Rings of Power? Like, instead of saying something was right or something was wrong, criticizing, or what's called critfic, but critiquing, basically, but just to try to figure out how they got where they ended up, right? And also discussing the gorgeousness of that series. Oh my god. And looking through what was in that series and where it came from in the books. Because one of the things about the Second Age, that is the primary time of the series, is Tolkien didn't write about it much. We know, like, the framing events, we know the broad strokes of what happened in the Second Age, but we don't know too much about the specific history and chronology. There's a lot to work with, but there's a lot of blanks that can be filled in. And we also had to navigate the treacherous waters of people like, I'm not even going to say his name. His name starts with an N, ends with a C, and the dude's a jerk. He's farming outrage for clicks, and and he has no valid points whatsoever. Because his whole shtick is farming your outrage for money. He's enriching himself off of people being pissed off. So, fuck that guy. I don't care about him. But unfortunately, because of what he was talking about, one of the things Corey had to navigate was Corey is well respected by the people who make Rings of Power. Like, he was one of the people Amazon invited to the scholar and content creator tours, like the visits in Oxford, the visits to the set, the visits, they were already at, Corey was already at Comic-Con for other reasons, but he got invited, like, their signings. The actors would know the actors would tease Corey about things. Because, some of them, there's actually, Charlie Vickers, who plays Halbrand, actually watches his stuff. I'm like, dude. So, yeah, people who make that TV show, they love Corey. And a lot of the other content creators, like Nerd of the Rings, the folks from the OneRing.net, there's the ones that that they have integrity, that if there's something that they're going to call out, they're going to call out. And so it really kind of annoyed me that people would call Corey a shill over Rings of Power. Because first of all, if we were getting Bezos bucks, he could pay me more. I'd be getting a goddamn raise. And we are not getting Bezos bucks. Honestly. But it's a lot of fun. Just having to navigate, and the fact that people would come at him and just call him a shill, and be very negative about whatever, and he comes at it from, I would say, the kindly Christian methodology, like a religious person who actually believes their faith, and if their faith preaches love and acceptance and kindness, without accepting hatred and, it's like, you don't tolerate the intolerant, but still being kind and, peaceful and welcoming in your responses. It's like, okay, this is what you believe. Let's have a chat. It's not like, oh my god, debate me, bro. Debate me, bro. It's more like, hey, let's have a discussion about it. Let's see what you say. And I do know that he reached out to that particular YouTuber, and that they blew him off, because the YouTuber was also at Comic-Con last year, and there was not a meeting had.
Did I hear her correctly? She is apprenticed to Stolly the Hewer?
Is it curious?
That is a curious coincidence.
Hey, we're gonna get a helmet. It's actually better than the helmet that I have. Okay, no, wait. Better armor, less agility, more vitality, more crit rating. But I'll lose physical mastery. But if I put a physical mastery thing in there, that would be good. We could do that. All right, The Broken Mosaic. We're talking Rings of Power. Hell yeah. I actually just rewatched it. And Zrevnin, one thing that I found that I appreciated a lot better is not watching it with anybody. Because one of the problems that I had with Rings of Power wasn't Rings of Power itself. It was all the other noise from everybody else around me. I wanted to be able to focus on it and make my own thoughts about it and enjoy it for what it was. It's not the best thing I've ever seen, but it's also not the worst thing I've ever seen. If this is the worst and this is the best, it's close. It's about like right here. It for the amount of money the money shows. And I'm looking forward to seeing how the story unfolds. Because one of the problems with Rings of Power that I think they probably haven't done as much of as they probably could have to keep people engaged is the Babylon 5 effect. Because JMS wrote that thing from year 1 to year 5. He had the whole thing planned out. And I think the showrunners do have that plan in place. Subject to whatever changes happen because actors decide they might want to do something else or whatever. Like, for example, we know that the character of Adar is going to get a new actor. Because Joseph Mawley is stepping away from the role for his own reasons, whatever. From my understanding, there's no drama, no bad blood. It's just he's not doing it anymore. And there's going to be a new actor coming in. One thing to note about that actor, he's also the outgoing Joseph has some sort of hearing loss, and that also impacted how he, so it makes it a little bit more difficult for him to do various roles. But there's no drama there. It's just he's stepping out, new actor stepping in, no big deal. But I think one of the failings the showrunners had was that they didn't do enough dropping of hooks to keep people engaged and to give them enough to know that, yes, this is something we're going to follow up on in the subsequent seasons. There really was only in like the very last episode did they really set up the future. Like in Babylon 5, what they did is they peppered the entire first season with stuff that they followed up on over the course of the next 5 years. And so I think that's a lesson I hope they've learned. And I hope they're adjusting plans to make it so it is more engaging, that there are more hooks to follow up on, that people are going to be curious to know what happens next to this part of the story. Because right now, there's only 2 main dangling hooks. We don't even have really a dangling hook about Sauron. We know who the hell he is, or we think we know who he is and where he's going. So that's not really a hook. We just kind of say, okay, well, we're just going to figure out what happens next. The dangling hook of Nori and the stranger, who, for the love of God, I hope is not Gandalf. I understand they'll probably say it's Gandalf. I hope it's not. I want more dwarves. Diza. Oh my god, Diza and Durin. Oh my god. I love Diza. I love Diza so much. She's so good. I loved her so much. The biggest question that I'm still scratching my head about is what the hell is up with the Mithril and the leaf in the tree? What? Why is Celebrimbor going along with... Why is Gil-galad... What? I don't understand that part. But beyond that, the rest of it's cool. I want to see what happens next. The problem that I have, at least with the Harfoots, is are we going to have more Harfoots? Because I love the whole family, the whole gaggle of Harfoots. I want to see Poppy back. I want to see Melva back. I want to see if Poppy becomes the new Pathfinder. Takes over Sodic's book. I want to see more. Yeah, and the thing is, part of it is that they did not... it's like Standing Stone. Standing Stone, when they're making Lotro, they are only allowed to use stuff from The Hobbit, The Lord of the Rings, and the appendices. Silmarillion, History of Middle-earth, that crap is all off camera. Any names that they can't... Like, you don't ever hear anybody refer to Monway in Lotro because they don't have the rights to the name Monway. So Rings of Power actually got permission to use the name. They probably got like a whole ass list of exceptions from the Tolkien estate. Like, Lotro can't use the name Anatar for Sauron in the Second Age. You know, taking a fair guise and tricking people. Lotro couldn't do that. They had to come up with another name that meant the same thing, but, you know. Anyhow, I need to go check Slack because I'm getting more DMs in Slack. Okay. They're trying to work out resolving the crisis that we have going on right now. Alright. Sorry, dealing with craziness going on. Anyway, let's go talk to Fastreth, because this will be a fun.
I can certainly take a look.
You didn't watch Lord of the Rings actual review, but did you watch the episode by episode retrospectives? They seemed pretty hard on it, like, you know, bad hard, or they didn't like it hard, or whatever. But I do highly recommend the Cornelius. Check out Other Minds and Hands. Also, check out a show called Rings and Realms. Let me get you that. We have an actual YouTube URL for that. YouTube.com. And let me see if I can find it. It's Rings and Realms. I mean, it's not hard to find. Man, it's way down my list, too. Holy crap. Yeah, let me get their handle here. And I think if you... This was a professionally produced episode by episode discussion of Rings of Power as an analysis and reaction show done like the day after an episode would air. And this was produced in conjunction with Studio Lab in New Hampshire. A very amazing facility with a really awesome crew. And we actually held a finale watch party at Studio Lab. And Studio Lab is the kind of facility like the Mandalorian would use to do the big shots that look like Mando was outside and he's actually in a studio somewhere with these big honking high resolution LED screens all around. Yeah, that's Studio Lab. And they projected the finale episode on this big honking screen, and there was like little stadium seating. And so we had like drinks and food and waffles from the illustrious Spirit Alden. It was a fine evening. And then we discussed it. And then we were actually got to be the live studio audience for the finale episode of Rings and Realms. It was pretty cool. So I would definitely recommend watching Rings and Realms. So, Nerds of the Rings seem to have a pretty high bar for the show. Fair. Okay, let's actually continue the quest instead of talking all night long. Oh my god. Where's my cursor? It's on the wrong window. Alright, let's go. Did we do the quest? Oh, we accepted the quest. Let's travel.
Fortune smiles upon the Kabilaka, I think. Is there not an artist in Gundabad who might repair this broken mosaic?
And here we go, Fastreth and Browen. Okay. So we want to get Stolly in here. Browen! Browen with the clue! And Bird's like, wait, what? I think I actually want to go back and watch Rings and Realms, all those episodes, because now that I've rewatched this series, now I want to think about it again. And Bori's like, what? He's like the stereotypical jock. He's like, I'm just, you know, and then Browen is the sensitive one. Mozart the traitor, whom we've heard a little bit about. Oh, Emak wants to talk. We got bad guys coming in? Browen will help Vastrith. Yes, he will. So Emak is the dwarf that's got the really fine nose who can smell nastiness. And so we know the baddies are around. Got him. I love Vastrith, yes. They got voice actors for every character. Well, actually, a lot of them have short voice acting roles, but quite frankly, voice acting is expensive. Even if they, you know, are being paid scale. Like, if you, for example, play Dungeons & Dragons online, and you go through their starting instance. That was smart of me to put myself into cooldown for that. One of the voice actors who does most of the quests in their Porthos starting experience is Gideon Emery, who plays, like, you know, the male crusader in Diablo 3. He's Lorthamar, the Regent Lord of Silvermoon City in World of Warcraft. He's also the original Oriange in A Realm Reborn, Final Fantasy XIV. Hey! Pow with a raid. Welcome, raiders. Getting a pow raid. We're just playing some Hobbit burglar, beating up on hobgoblins in Gundabad. Just doing some leveling here. Heck yeah. Was that the last of them? Yeah, Browen's taken with Fostreth. I love little... How's my Burg going? Oh, I'm having a hell of a lot of fun. I tried to do a small fellowship quest and died twice. And I decided, you know what, the heck with this. I'm just gonna go back to my other questing. Yeah, you'll help. Rowan is starting to find something he likes. He's... Oh, see, they're so cute and adorable. All right.
There is something about this chamber.
Something peculiar. You know, my sense of smell is highly refined. Yeah, I remember I appraised your sense of smell. Alright, we're gonna take our helmet.
It is the unpleasant stench of ritual that I smell.
Okay, the distinctive odor of magic. The Angrum cultists, blah blah blah. Alright, we're gonna have to go talk to the cultists. In the meantime, I do have a new helmet that I can equip. And also, I do have a new thing. So what I'm gonna do is the helmet needs physical mastery. And then it will be almost completely better than the one that I have on right now. Alright, get that, and open that up, and plop that right in there. Zoop! Boop! And there we go. And then I'm going to lock that so I don't sell it because it's bound to account so I can use it on an alt. Gotta go raid and run. Aww. Aw, pal, that is so very kind of you to say. I appreciate that. Okay, let me take a look at the rest of my gear. So I have a lot of 130 gear, so that's okay. I do want to take a look at my 2 earrings and see if... No, the physical mastery and crit rating aren't really doing anything, but they'll once I get to 140, that scale's a hell of a lot better. Okay, in the meantime, I do need to get something better for that. Look at my character's little ponytail coming out! That's so cute! Her hair doesn't look anything like that. But anything else? No, I did actually put essences in all of these. That did have essence. No, ooh, I have an essence. But that's a 126, but still I should put an essence in it. Is that bound to me? Yes. Bound to account. It's 418 though. Everything's got essences that can have essences. What about the neck? No. Okay, the ruby studded torque is a 426. So I am going to start getting better gear anyway. So I don't want to actually put essences in gear that's, you know, I don't feel I need to, which is kind of silly, but that's me. Alright, let's talk to Browen.
Someone should stay with Fostreth and keep her company.
Uh-huh. That would be lonely. Aw, look at Browen being all sappy. And I do like these. I want some of these for housing.
I believe I will remain here if that is all right with you.
Yeah, perhaps Browen might keep you company, you two lovebirds. And Emok's like, get me the hell out of here. Alright, we're gonna go meet up with Emok at the Witch Gate. That sounds like a very pleasant place to be. Hey, Galbus. How you doing? Alright, before I go, I need to go check in and see what's the latest status of the crisis. We're trying to work something out. Look how dirty my feet are. To be fair, the floors are kind of dirty. Though, here's something we can discuss / debate in a friendly fashion. Did hobbits actually go barefooted over everything? Tolkien himself drew pictures of Bilbo wearing boots when he's in the Eries with the Eagles. You know, I'm gonna do the Burg thing. We're gonna stealth our way out because why not? Why not? It's a little slower, yeah, but it's also a lot safer in that I don't have to fight everything on my way out. We have to go all the way up and around. And out that way. And I do want to go back and talk to Ausma and talk to Gorafar. To turn those quests in. So I think when they send us back in here, we'll probably do that. And where am I? Where am I? What am I doing here? I have gone astray. I have an idea, chat. This may work, this may not work. If I can get up here, it'll work. Let me up, let me up! Because if you were here during my official Locho stream earlier today, you saw me do some chicanery. I leapt off the Burg beam and then hit safe fall when I was close to landing. Because I'm a burglar. Alright. I guess we have to go down and try to find another way to jump down the hole all the way. I think they pretty much didn't want us to do this sort of thing, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Here, let me up! Scenario, please! Anytime I have problems with getting through the landscape, I blame Scenario. Who is, by the way, a really cool dude. And also, if you... Oh, man. Seriously, Scenario, you pissed me off. Not actually. He's a good dude. He is currently... this week on Wednesday, he did his first casual stroll into King's Gondor West. The bit of King's Gondor we haven't been to yet. Okay, this looks like we're gonna be able to jump down here. Now we can cut down this way, down to here, and go around. I'd rather just jump from here to here, but let's try this. Alright. Oh, denied. Scenario. Damn you, man. Okay, we'll follow the normal path. What are my opinions on Hobbit Champ? I actually had a Hobbit Champ for a little bit. See, I'm main champion, but on a high elf. Who was originally a regular elf when I started playing the game, but we didn't have high elf when we started playing the game in 2007. I have no problem with hobbits being anything. I am generally not a fan of race-based class restrictions. See also World of Warcraft. Mainly because Blizzard has done piss me off. Game? The entire game is lagged. Like, literally. Like, what the hell is happening with my system? That's my cursor. Like, I can use Alt-Tab to switch windows? But my Windows Explorer has crapped out. Okay, let me try something. This may break something. Uh-oh. Well, it helps if I hit delete. Alright. Actually, it just might be my my trackball needs a new battery. I think my trackball needs a new battery. Hang on. Where are my batteries? Hey, I heard that. I can't see what it is because I got my task manager up. Oh, now I can see. Thank you for the follow, Deadly Massacre. Why are we massacring things? That's not very polite. I can't see what I'm doing here. Alright, phone. Boop. Alright, battery goes. Which direction does this thing go? It goes in this way. Hey! I think we might have something here. I also need to buy some more batteries. I'm almost out. I just changed this battery recently, too. Well, there we go. I got my cursor back. Hooray, hurrah! The game is saved. The day is saved. Let me turn my phone's thing off. Alright. ESO did a terrible job with class race restrictions at launch, too. Yeah. Oh, good night, Guarendis. Thank you for being here. Alright, we're back in business. It wasn't that the game was locked up. It's literally that my trackball froze up. But the weird thing is, I also use a eraser. Eraser, one of these. And that wasn't moving my character either. So, that was weird. Alrighty, we are here. So we're going to go down that way and around the corner. Have to remember to throw the battery away because Thief Kitty will take the battery and run it around the house because he does that. Alright. And you're wondering, well, Druid, why in the hell are you running around in stealth? Yeah, I actually really like it because back in the day I had a... ooh, orange crystal. Hang on. Hang on, I need this for the deed. Need this for the deed. Oh, I only have 4 left. Interesting. I might actually complete that deed because I want it. Though I should go back and do it on my main. I might have done it. I don't remember. So I used to have a SteelSeries Merc keyboard, which had a built-in left-handed gaming ergonomic keypad, and oh my god, it was so good. The only downside to it is that it really had no key that you could use for 11. I'm sorry, for 12. So I could put something up for like... Oh, he saw me. He's chasing, but I'm still in stealth. I'm gonna still run. I'm still running. We're still running. Oh man, he got me. Well, fine. Screw you. Chicken! Wait till I get out of stealth and continue on my merry way. So I can get out of cooldown. And I really loved it. It was so useful. The only real downside is, again, it didn't have a key for 11. I'm sorry, for 12. So it had like 1 through 6 on the first row, and then it had 7 through 11 on the upper row. And I mean, the keys for like WASD and, you know, E, basically the keypad that you would use was just so much, it was very ergonomic. Unfortunately, the keyboard eventually died, and I had to replace it. So on the recommendation or advice of Devilore, the streamer who is a good friend, I am one of his moderators, full disclosure, I went and picked up this Razer Tartarus V2. He actually recommended an Orb Weaver, and he does that in general because that's what he uses. But I couldn't afford an Orb Weaver because they're basically very expensive compared. So this is like $75. I don't know how much they cost now. And I really like it. I really do. It's actually helped me improve my PvP skills in World of Warcraft. Wait, Druid, you play PvP? Yes, in World of Warcraft. I'm currently still chasing the elite cosmetic outfits for current Season 3 in Dragonflight. And I should be doing that right now, but I'm not because I want to do this right now. Because again, and I don't know if I'm actually going to complete that process, but I'm going to try. Right now I'm getting the basic honor PvP sets. I'm finishing up on my paladin. I already got the basic set on my mage. And my priest, my shadow priest, who's getting her ass kicked way too much. She's got the full conquest set, so that's really nice. Oh, hello. Are you? You're a rare? Oh, it's a named. I haven't seen one of these in Gundabad in ever. I'm gonna kick this guy's ass though. This won't be like the elite I tried to kill earlier. Though he is kicking my ass. I'm sorry, am I kicking your ass? Yes, I am. I'm trying to anyway. I am going to use that real quick. He might actually still get me. Rejuvenation potion. And also more of that. I might get him. I might get him. Got him! Ooh! Yes! No hope to... Ooh! It starts a quest. I'm gonna turn that quest in on the way back through. Yep. Yep. I have a Basilica V2 only decided I don't have many button options. Yeah. See, I don't actually use a mouse. I use a trackball. See, no fancy buttons on here. It's just a trackball. It has 2 buttons on it. I don't even know what they do. We'll go out this way.
We have arrived. This is the Witch Gate. I studied the maps of the Gabilaka and learned enough to plan our next steps.
Okay. Scout the Iron Pass, which is really cool. And then talk to Emok at the Iron Pass. Emok likes to park himself in dangerous spots. He does that. Okay, now the fun part. Since we're outside, I can do this. And when I can do this, I can put this on. Though I do know that's a bug and they're gonna fix that. That your war steeds are prancing as if they're in combat, even if they're not in combat, and you notice, oh my god, they're all red! That's okay, we can still take them. Alright. So, our quest is to not only scout, but we also need to defeat 4 beasts. We'll find some beasts and we'll murder them. Okay, the Grims don't count. The bats do count. The hill crawlers... Hill crawler? I think they actually count, so we'll find out. I think they count. They do. Now I want to see if I can kill the hill bat from stealth. That'll be fun. So we're probably going to go for about another 20-25 minutes here. About another half hour. Well, I got him halfway down. Not bad for a red mob. Alright. Mountain goats do not count because they're just critters. Critters. Stealth. They stealth. Carrion crows will indeed count, if I recall. Yes, they do. Almost had them all. Almost had them. It's like, Druid, why don't you press shift and then 1? Because my hands don't work like that. Alright, got the 4 critters. So we need to go scout the Iron Pass. So the best way for me to do that is to go war steed it up and use my stratagem. I always thought it was called sacrifice, but it's called stratagem. Basically, it's your... So you slow down, but you're basically in stealth. Or you're a lot better in your stealth. So That'll be good to keep us out of trouble. As long as they don't go too close to the bad guys, we should be okay. And I don't like these Shadow Grims. I really don't like them at all. Thread the needle. Alrighty. And we'll see what else is on tap after we can get through here. I'll probably actually stop and do the pop-up quest that's about to appear, because that's some pretty good XP. There we go. And it just says defeat foes. It doesn't actually say which foes they're talking about. So this crow counts as a foe. Let me double check. I mean, we just had the freaking thing there. Come on. Hold still. Yep, you count. Alright. We're running on a lake. Caw, caw, caw! Shing, shing. The Shadow Grim actually does not count. It's just ancient evil. But that's just a beast. Alright, let's kill this dude. He is 5 levels above me. Ooh, I missed. Oh, I'm sorry, he got deflected. Got him. So I probably wouldn't want to go like right up next to that fire and try to get all 2 of those folks. I want to like take these one at a time. So I don't want to get the hunter. I'd want to get the death seer. Man, this deflection is... Got him. Back into stealth, and then we'll get this hunter. Actually, I think I want the Death Seer beat. Whoa, hello. Let's not get too close. Let's get this hunter over here by herself. Got her. I hit her after she's already down. I feel a little bit dishonorable about that. That's okay. That's alright. They're Angmarim. Okay, let's get this hunter here. I think I should actually put this in my thing here. Yeah. Because the throw knife thing really doesn't do that much good, but I really want to get that and then hit my first attack on them. I mean, this is cute, but it only does like it's only good for pulling. And honestly, I'm running up against enough stuff that I don't need any help pulling anything. Alright, who's next? Who is next? On The Price is Right. You, nice lady. That worked pretty nice. Alright, thank you for sharing. Deed tracker. Alright. Hey, I got some Lojo points for completing the deed of using my skills from stealth. Nice, go me. Okay, who's next? You count as a foe. Alright, we're gonna kill a wolf. That was funny. And so I think, for me, playing Burglar culminates in not running in. That I always want to basically be cautious and do reasonable pulls. Like, because she didn't deflect and I hit that debuff on her first, that basically left her more vulnerable to my attacks. And when she's coming around, hit her with the debuff and pop her in the butt. And one more stealthy McStealth. What does that actually do? Incoming damage, finesse, crit damage. Yeah, not bad. Not bad at all. Alright, let's... I think, her? Was she's the good one? Oh, no, she's way too close to those other people now. Nope! Alright, let's look at one of these other solo yabos out here. Actually, this hunter is far enough away from anybody else. Come on, game, stop it. Debuff her. Stabby McStab. There we go. Oh, we got a friend! We got a friend! Hit it with the debuff real quick. Let's stun her. Hit her upside the head. There we go. So that is basically just some XP more than anything else. Alright, let's continue on our progress. We gotta go all the way up that hill. Because guess what's on the other side of that hill? Angmar. Is what's over there? Oh, Angmar. So this is the discussion that cropped up in the Lotro community. And I wound up, as usual, on the dev side of it. In that, well, kind of, sort of, because the devs have a different opinion about it than, say, developers of another game that have lower level zones right next door to high level zones. Okay? One thing Lotro will do, though, is it will warn you. Like, you cross the boundary, like, yeah, you're screwed. Like, the Carbronach thing here would in the coordinates would be in red. If you watched me earlier on the official Lotro channel when I ran a level 32 into Northern Mirkwood for the Bilbo's birthday thing, it said, this is a dangerous place to be. Don't go here. Because you can't be rezzed if you're in an over level area, like too far over level. If the map name is red on your mini map, that means if you die, you're going to get ported back to your milestone, your primary milestone. And that's just the way that works. And it's kind of cool, an interesting effect. It also means you can't be summoned to a place where the name is red. And World of Warcraft doesn't do that. So I'm used to, for a long ass time, the notion of Red Ridge, Lakeshire, Lakeshire and Red Ridge. If you go up the one road, you're going to wind up from a level 20, like 18 to 20 area, you're going to wind up in a level 55 area, 55 to 60 area. You're going to go around Blackrock Mountain. And World of Warcraft doesn't freaking warn you about this shit. All of a sudden, World of Warcraft doesn't have the color-coded names that Lotro does to warn you that something is over your level. The name is just going to be yellow or red. Or orange if you're not friendly with, but not hostile with. Like it's not neutral, but it's basically, you're not friendly, you can't interact with them. It's rear light. Ancient evil. Okay, so Emok likes to hang out with these bad guys.
It is just as I said.
Okay. Just as you said, that's fine. I'm gonna pop on my war steed and go back into stealth. There we go. And now we have to kill 4 more beasts in Carbronach. And also, you know what we can do? Let's have a little bit of fun here. You can do mounted combat here in Carbronach. Why I'd want to do that, I don't know. But I think it would be fun. The problem is I don't have most of my mounted combat skills trained on this character. Other than the one that I needed to make sure I can go into stealth. Look at that. My horse steed is so awesome. My little Keely pony. Okay, let's go find a couple other critters to kill. Let's just do this the normal way. The normal burglarious way. I almost got the entire damn thing down. Okay, there's a bat. Here's a crawler. They count! They count! I'm gonna debuff the crawler. That's hilarious. Okay, there's 3. And there's 4. Alright, now we'll just ride where we need to go to the narrow way. Alright. The Brilliant Skarn, which used to be known, I think, as Gundabad Skarn back in the day, didn't they? So speaking of Skarn and crafting, Orion had a very lovely post talking about some of their plans for crafting coming up. And I think I like most of the changes. There was one change that they were talking about making that I don't think anybody liked, which was the notion that crafting tiers would be assigned to the expansions or quest packs that they came in or were involved in. So for example, if you had a high level alt farming crafting mats in Mordor, but for some reason you didn't have the Mordor expansion, that you would possibly lose access to your crafting for whatever Mordor crafting. Like, let's say you farmed the Signets of Thranduil to buy all the crafting recipes for Mordor, and then your high level alt to farm the Signets would then send all the crafting mats back to your main, or back to your crafting alt. And I think either there was some miscommunication there or they changed course, but Cordovan did say later in the day that Orion did clarify that you do not have to own the expansion that a crafting tier came out of. Like, for example, you don't have to own Mordor in order to Doomfold craft. Which, Igneous! My friend Igneous! How are you? Oh, Igneous. I am going in the wrong direction? Question mark? I think I am going in the wrong direction. I think I'm going on the wrong side of this hill is what I'm doing. I don't think I've been up here before, so let's go take a look while I'm here. And then we'll yeet ourselves off the hill if we need to go to the place we actually mean to go. Because I think we're supposed to be on the other side of this hill. Yeah, we're supposed to be over here. I made a wrong turn in Albuquerque. It's fine. I'm a burglar. I'll find the edge and jump off and then hit safe ball. It'll be great. I did that before. It is a happy Friday, especially when my friends are here. And it's always awesome. Oops, 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 oops. Come on, come on. There we go. Okay. Maybe this is just the alternate path to get where we're going. Wah! We're kind of going down there. That's the road we need to get to. Oh, wow. Oh, hey, hey, hey. Look at that. Did anybody know there was a... Wait a minute. We've been there before, haven't we? We've been to that giant town. I think we've done missions up there, haven't we? Well, you know what we gotta do. You know we gotta do it, chat. Though I'm worried about this this Shadow Grim down here. But whee! I've got safe fall. I'm good. I'm good. But it said I was injured in the fall. How dare you? How dare you? Oh well. Bit of a steep drop. Well, see, Igneous, I yeeted myself off the Burg beam today. I don't know if you're familiar with Deep's Grave, but there's basically a big tall beam in the center of it holding up the ceiling. And I jumped off of it and then hit safe fall close to the bottom. No damage. No problem. Easy peasy. Kind of like if you're a ret or if you're a paladin in World of Warcraft and then you hit your bubble right before you fall, like you jump off of Dalaran. Yeah, skills. I think in that case I just didn't hit the save fall button in time, but that's fine. It's okay. Not fussed about it. I didn't die, so that's the important thing, right? So how long has it been? I still have 18 minutes left on that. Hey, it's our friend Venko. Hey.
Look who it is. Our old friend Venko.
You miss us, old Jaruka. Aw.
Hail, friends. It is good to see you again.
Yeah, my horse has ants in his pants because it's a bug that they're hopefully going to fix soon. Alright. Okay. A crumpled parchment. Let's read it. Alright. So, remember Govard. So there's a drama going on here.
Knew it. Did I not tell you so?
Alright. Let's go.
We are in agreement then. The Angmarim are up to something in Karbronach. That much is clear.
I will need to level to 135 to ensure that I can do all of the quests in the expansion, though. I may actually wind up having to do some missions to get to 135, because I'm almost to 132, but it's very likely that if the epic advances to level 137 questing, I will be locked out of it. Okay, let's go back and beat up on some cultists in Trev Duverdine. We'll go back to that camp that we killed people on, because that was a lot of fun. We'll go kill some more of them. Stealth mode! In this particular case, it is this particular trick that you can do that you put on an orc costume and people like you. They won't attack you. They think you're one of theirs. Oh. Ardent Esoteric! Ardent Esoteric. Kind of like Ardent Crayon that we had in Signum Discord recently. Alright. I still need to go back inside. Ooh. Ooh, that's what I could do. I could go back inside and turn in those quests and then come out and do this. Ooh, I could do that. Arrgh. I don't know if those 3 quests will get me enough to level, though. Let me pick up the Stable Master since I'm here. Hello, Stable Master. Oh! I just thought of something.
Our need is dire.
I'm gonna be smart. Let's go to Barkstad. Oh, you gotta go to the store before it closes. Well, I'll be done with the stream before you get back, Igneous. But you can always, if you feel amenable, you can hop into Discord and we can chat if you want to. You shoot the breeze. Okay, so it looks like at this point, event may be saved. So life is good.
What news have you?
Alright. Wait a minute. Do I have an XP pot? I do not have an XP tome on my person. However, what I do have is XP tomes in shared storage, don't I? So what I probably will wind up doing, if I need to get levels, is I will probably wind up grabbing... Yeah, I'm gonna use those at some point. Not on this character, though. I'm gonna max out... I'm gonna use all these Virtue XP pots on my main. Okay, so I have a 200 popper, which I'm not gonna use right now. More 200 poppers. I want a regular 100, regular 100, bound to account, bound, okay. I'll just use, I'll take these out. And I'll use one of these. Let's go! Yeah, we're gonna level off of these 3 quests. Alright, let me turn in the other ones.
All warmed up, soldier? What do you have to report? Now that we have the location of Shahajat, we need to gather more information.
That would be a partial improvement. I'll think about it. Hold that thought.
Our foes are ruthless.
Almost! Oh, I've got to go to the steep set? Well, easy peasy lemon squeezy. Let's go. Free teleport to the steep set. We're about to ding. And then I will go on my merry way. Alright, let's go out to the trophy hunter person. I think this might be my ding. I was like, where's the person I need to talk to? Somebody named their character Doggett? Is that after Agent Doggett from the later series of the X-Files? Vault Keeper. Where's the trophy person? Over here, the taxidermist. Hi!
Gundabad will be ours once more.
Oh, Belga. I like her. What? We have done dinged. I think that's a good place to end the stream, in fact, because we have dinged. So that was cool. And so for my next trick, I will be able to do a little bit more of the epic story because it made this quest an orange quest, so that'll be fun. And I think that'll be it for this evening. Because this is a good spot to call it an evening. I will be back on the DDO channel at my usual time of 1 o'clock. I'm going to rebrand my DDO show. It's going to be called Living That Life. That way I could play, or Living Each Life. I haven't decided. I have to talk to somebody about it. They were making suggestions. I was going to call it Living That Casual Life, but some people take casual to be like a cuss word. Like, whatever. But I want it to be basically I wanted a wider range of characters that I could play in my DDO show based on what I felt like playing, and limiting myself strictly to the ones that are on their first life seemed kind of limiting. So limiting is limiting. So I want to be able to, for example, play my second life Blightcaster. Right, she's on her second life, and I haven't been able to level her because she's not a first life character. I only have so much time to play DDO, and I want to play the characters I want to play. So yeah, I'm going to go play and have a bit of fun, and we're going to go back to the Pit of Stonejaws. I'm actually going to put myself back. Now I'm going to stay here, because I probably will need to go talk to Wenda Cranesville and come back here anyway. I want to play in the fountain. Why is this not a fountain? I want it to be a fountain. It looks like it should be a fountain. Oh well. Anyhow, y'all know the drill. Be good. If you can't be good, be good at it. And again, DDO stream on Thursday, Lotro stream at my usual time on Friday, because Corey will be back. So Grifflet will ride again, and I'll start at 3. And then I will be back here next Saturday. I will not be streaming tomorrow night because of Cascade Moot, because that doesn't end until 8, and I want to go eat supper at that point. And yeah, we're gonna have fun. All right, I will talk to you all later. Let me get the game out of the way because music in the background, which I really love, of our dear friend Mr. Bill Champagne. And you should all go wish him congratulations because if you go look at his Twitter, you'll know why. Bye now.